Hey, happy Pink Day. Today we celebrate anti-bullying. Pink today. So anyways, it's me here to be, hope to be, just tell you my story. I've been down there, been that road before. I was bullied back in high school. Back in the 70s, I was a quiet kid, skinny kid, shy. Not so about my sexuality back then. There was no P flag back then, I didn't even heard of it. So right from grade school to high school. First grade of 9, Francis Lieberman High School, first starting course, first grade there, and I used to start off as three guys, We used to call them the evil magi. We used to call them, because he used to like different nationalities. Ariel Gambo was a Filipino guy, Peter Papp was German, and Cliff Fernandez was India, like myself. So I started off, like, finished high school, walk home, they follow you around, nothing, they make fun of you. Ariel Gambo used to call me Catman, because I had eyes like a cat. That's his nickname, stuck with me for like a while. So they follow you there and then leave you alone. And then after you get on the bus, and then start knocking you down there a couple times. Then the winter time came up, and they would throw you in the snow. And I remember those days of shoving your face in the snow and pulling up your underwear and sticking your in the snow and going home crying there, frozen ass and all. Never told my parents. No, didn't tell anyone nothing. My fellow students back then, they saw what was going on, but I just had a lot of resentment because I thought maybe somebody could help me. Didn't have the courage to cry out to say, "Can you help me?" or whatever. I told a few teachers a few times. First time I told a teacher, she gave a scolding, left me alone for like 3 or 4 months, started up again. Then I told another teacher, and then a different teacher, she scolded him and told him, like back, you gotta understand, back then there was no programs or any courses or any groups to talk to back then. So but then they started carrying on, and then after that, just continued on. It became like a routine. High school would ring, the bell ring. I used to learn how to run fast on the bus stop. Back then, there was no bus stop at the high school, so it was Brimley and McCown. The schools were in the middle. So we see the bus way in the distance. There's be a group of 5 of us. As soon as the bell rang, we'd run up, learn how to run fast. That's why the coach got me into the track then. Back then, I was into sports and all. So went on for a while, and just got kind of used to it. And then sometimes I'd even like stay behind school on purpose. That's how I met my brother-in-law. He was in the gym. So watching him working out and talking to the guys there, and he just wonder what I'm doing here. So I didn't say nothing, just walking out. And some days they'd actually wait for me after school, right? Half an hour, around the corner. Just I thought it was safe getting on the bus. They call you out and just, that's it. Oh yeah, here we go. Get a pounding. So the pounding would stop, hitting the gut, pounding the head, you know, shoving your face against the fence. So that went on for a while. It got to the point that, I thought about, why is it worth living? In high school, nobody talked to. I was a loner, quiet kid, did my routine, studied, went home, and that was it. Didn't tell my parents nothing. So, thought about, it's not worth living. And then third year came up, my sister joined the high school, and I was always protecting my sister. So, they kind of quieted down for a while because I had a sister. And then one day, just for class, I was talking to my sister, and these guys were bigger than me. I was like a little guy. So, here again, Bo, the leader of the bunch, he saw me talking to my sister, and she went to her class. I think it was a French class, and I was standing outside. And by then everybody knew it. Everybody in high school knew these guys were always picking on me, and nobody knew nothing about it. But it's okay. So, anyways, she went in the class, and he made a comment, some sort of a sexual comment. I can't remember what it was, but I think I just lost it. At that point, I just lost it. I had enough. So I kicked him in the gut. He grabbed me, and it was wintertime, so the entrance to the school we were having was just outside there in the front there. So he grabbed me, I kicked him again, I just had enough, and I just grabbed him, I headbutted him, and I threw him out the back door of the school there, sorry, the front door, and there's a hill down at the school there, Francis Lieberman, going to the ravine. So he tried tossing me, and I held my grip and my firmness, and then he ended up losing his balance, and I threw him down the hill, and it felt great. It just felt great. Anyways, he wanted to fight me after school, so he gathered all his buddies and his goons, Ariel Gambo wanted to fight me, Peter Papp, Cliff Fernandez, and a whole bunch of other guys. They're all waiting. Anyways, so we're all in a circle. I'm in the middle, and he's ready to take me on. He said, "Let's do it, Catman." So, anyways, I said, "You throw the first punch." I said, if I'm gonna die, if you're gonna kill me, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna break something of yours. I don't give a fuck." Anyways, he backed down, and after that day, it stopped. So I tell my story is because out there, it's still going on. Now we have groups, we have anti-bullying groups, and we have numbers to call. And on this day, Pink Day, wearing proud pink, And I always remember days in the military, joined the military, and they train to fight and do other things. And you think back of like those high school days, and you kind of laugh about it now. But back then, I was terrified. I was like scared out of my mind, and I just didn't even want to live. And that's how much bullying can affect a person. People out there watching this, you have kids out there. Ask your kids. If you see your kids that are quiet, or they keep themselves, and they change their tone, their way of behavior around you, or they don't talk as much. There's little clues you can look at. I mean, that's from my experience. My parents started talking to me after things went down. And we started communicating and all, and they were mad that I didn't tell them back then earlier. But they were great parents. I love them so much, and if you have kids out there or you see anybody being bullied, you're not alone. So P flags out there. There's also 1-800 numbers you can call up on the internet. And if you know anybody, bullying is come in many forms. Bullying can be verbal, can be abusive, which I went through. Could be derogatory. Could be like cyberbullying on the internet. All kinds of stuff like that. So there's different types of bullying. The main thing about bullying is just an insecurity of a person to intimidate you because they're not happy the way you look, the way you present yourself. Could be your sexuality. Could be the way you're presented. You could be going through a change. You're not sure. Binary, could be anything. But it doesn't matter. It's you're comfortable with yourself. You have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to be scared about. So don't let anybody tell you that you're otherwise different, or you're weaker, or you're not human, or you're not worth living. Because you are worth living, and you're important. Because everybody has an important part to play in this world. No matter how big, how small. My dad always taught me every job is important. Don't matter if you're a cleaner in the building or a superintendent, because everybody's important. You treat everybody the same. My dad always taught me, treat everybody the same. Never look down at anybody. And if you ever look down, then walk away, because you're not being yourself. And I always remember that. So happy P-Flag Day. Happy Pink Day. And just be strong and just keep your eyes out, because you never write on the calendar. Just see somebody right now is going through this. And anyways, have a good day.